Here we go. All right, Renato's coming in. Great. I'll just wait for Renato to come in and then I'll get started. Okay. All right, Daniel, can you help Renato when he's coming on with audio and all that? That'd be great. Okay, well, I'd just like to warmly welcome everyone for coming here today to this to our workshop, Bringing a Courageous Heart in Challenging Times. Really great that. Just want to acknowledge everything that you've done to be here at this time, and just gratitude to you for making it here. Yeah, so big thanks to all of you. And before we truly get into the workshop, we just want to make sure everyone is A-okay with all the tech. Does everyone here feel confident about Zoom and chat and posting questions? Raise your hand if you're confident in all the Zoom stuff. Raise your hand. Actually, yeah, raise your hand. Yeah, great. Junior, are you confident with Zoom?
I don't know how to use the chat when I see the video.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Renato. Thank you, Immaculada. I'll explain it to you, Junior. So at the bottom of your screen, there's a whole series of pictures, and one of them says chat, and it looks like a dialogue box. So if you click on that.
No, because I'm just using the cell phone. But I know where is the chat.
Okay, cool, yeah.
When I enter there, I don't have the video. That's okay.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Well, with such a small group, we should be okay. We'll do some sharing in person. What we ask as well is just to, just to self-regulate yourself in terms of muting. If you got lots of noise behind, just please mute yourself to make sure that's not interrupting the flow of the workshop and our sharing. So just ask you to do that. That'd be lovely. Thanks, Immaculada. And great. Any other questions about Zoom? If anyone does have any technical issues, you can go to the chat box and you can talk to Daniel, who's currently labeled under Lysandra, which is kind of confusing, but that's okay, So you can change your name if you want to by clicking on your name or the 3 dots at the top of your screen, and you can rename yourself if you want to. Great. All right. Well, Helene, I'll pass it over to you since we've done the tech.
Yay. So welcome from me, co-facilitating this session. And yes, like Andrew saying, wonderful that you can be here with us to this workshop of bringing a courageous heart to challenging times. Let me just give you a little idea of what we see as our purpose for this session. So, to help people uncover and to experience their innate connections with each other and with the systemic self-healing powers of the web of life, so that they may be enlivened and motivated to play their part in creating a sustainable civilization. And for us, for me, that means a civilization that's flourishing again, for all life on earth to be flourishing. So in this session that we have, just over an hour that we have, we want to give you a small experience of the work that reconnects. It's a taste. So in a moment, I'll explain to you how the work that reconnects works. But before I do that, we'd love to know what drew you to this workshop. So maybe we can just, maybe if we name each person, and then you tell us what brought you to this workshop, to give an hour and a half of your time to a workshop such as this on the work that reconnects. So the question is, what is your yearning, your hope, the question that brought you here today? And maybe, Hunia, would you like to tell us first what brought you here?
I guess I just wanted to have an experience with the work that reconnects. Because
yeah.
I heard about a lot, but I don't really know deeply. So when I saw it, oh yeah, let's do that. But yes, actually, I am a very, I have a hope in humanity. I think that we are in evolution, and I really believe that everything is perfect. So I have this hope. So
yeah, okay, all right, yeah, thank you. And Immaculada, briefly, what brought you to this workshop?
Hi, hello. I've been thinking a lot of recently in Dragon Dreaming and the dreamers and the people that I've known through years. And I've been journeying the last few months in difficult times. And yesterday I was just thinking, I have two things, I could only think about two things that could support and save myself, maybe some people that I know, maybe some group of people, and also something that I could contribute to the rest of the world. And I was thinking, and two things came to my mind. It was dreamers, dreamers, and dreamers through Dragon Dreaming, and that's been an idea that's been kept for a long time. And also Scotland, I'm in Spain and the Spanish, but also Scotland. And I had an email yesterday from someone from there. So, and today I wasn't thinking of joining any session. I was paying attention to the Con Festival, surely, but I had a call, an invisible call. So I'm just here. Anyway, sounds a little bit mysterious, but it is, I think so. Anyway, glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, good to have you with us. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah. And we have another person. Is it Renato? Yeah. Hello, yes. Renato. What, briefly, in just a few words, give us the essence of what brought you here.
Okay. So I'm exploring Dragon Dreaming, and it's like a rabbit hole, because there's so many references, and each one of the reference has so much things. So in this session, I want to learn about Joanna Macy and the work that reconnects, and that's basically it. Thanks.
Okay. Yes. Well, we certainly have an intention of giving you an experience of the work. So it will be very small, but it will be a small experience. So let me explain the basics of the work that reconnects. Okay, there are two elements. there's the underpinning philosophy, and then there is the methodology, how it works, what makes it work, and how it works. So, a short explanation. The basic philosophy is actually very simple, and it's about the deep, radical interdependence of all life, often expressed as interconnectedness. Yeah. And the work unfolds through a distinctive, dynamic, and experiential process. So it's not about doing a lot of reading. It's about experiencing with our body, with our mind, with our heart. And it has a framework, experienced as a spiral, which embraces 4 stages. And it's a spiral rather than a circle, because the stages don't repeat themselves so much as they bring forward fresh and often deeper understanding each time we go round. So, in my 30 years of doing this work, I still keep coming to more and deeper understandings of it. So we're going to move through the 4 stages of this spiral. We'll share our gratitude for what Earth gives us. We'll allow ourselves to grieve what we're losing through the industrial growth society of which we're a part. We'll find fresh ways of seeing. So seeing connections, and we'll name action. So we'll acknowledge our gratitude, what's precious to us. We'll grieve what the planet is losing or has lost. Are we all familiar with the notion of grieving? We will express our sorrow. Yeah? We will bring fresh eyes to an issue of concern for us, a new way of looking. And we'll use the insights that we've gained for moving forward. In Dragon Dreaming, that would be the action stage. Yeah. So as we go through the spiral, you're going to have opportunities to share in breakout rooms and or in to put your comments in the chat. That way it'll be the best way for us to spend our time together. Yeah, and to support us for being here fully present with each other. I invite you to consider and agree to some basic guidelines. So the first one of our guidelines is recognizing that we come from many places on Earth and from different cultures, that we appreciate the diversity, our different perspectives. We listen not only with our ears, but also with our heart. And we see one another on the screen. And we speak from our own experience rather than generalizing other people or they, right? We speak just from our own experience. And because some of the things that we may want to share are very personal, we will respect each other's confidentiality and not talk about what anyone else has said. And we invite you also to be present for the full process. This is a process, and we will work through some stages. So it's important that we experience all the stages and not just a bit here and there, because then you wouldn't get a good taste of the work, but you might also come away not feeling very happy. So we want you to come away feeling empowered. So that's the basis of the invitation, to be present for the whole process. Okay, and are we in agreement with those guidelines? Please put up your hands if you're okay with those. Yeah? Okay. So let me...
Helene, can I say something?
Yes.
It's just because we are recording, and if the person says something, it's personal, we make sure we'll cut, okay? We'll edit this video and cut it just for people to know that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Okay, let me give you a bit of a context as to where the work that reconnects and dragon dreaming fit together. Yeah, a bit of a context. So a bit of background. In the late 1980s and 1990s, Helene Fischer, and John Croft and others from around Australia, we worked with Joanna Macy, who developed this work, the work that reconnects, in planting this work here in Australia. Joanna's despair and empowerment work, as this work used to be called, inspired John to develop dragon dreaming. So both the work that reconnects and dragon dreaming are informed by the philosophy of deep ecology and by systems thinking, Gaia theory, spiritual traditions, especially Buddhist and indigenous teachings. So deep ecology asks deeper questions, inviting a fresh relationship with Earth that is based in the wisdom inherent in the natural world and within our own heart. Hence we listen inwardly in this work. So I'm delighted that Andrew Haskell, who has immersed himself in the work for several years, is with us here today to bring his youthful perspective on this enriching work.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really great to be here, and I feel very very honored to be sharing this work with you all. It has really deeply touched me in my life and really been fundamental. It has given me fundamental and core experiences that have allowed me to step into really contributing my gift to the world. And now here in Western Australia, I facilitate Work That Reconnects workshops. I do transformative nature connection programs with youth. And I also work on a really beautiful wilderness track here in Western Australia called the Cape to Cape Track, and guide people on that track, and continue to stand for protecting and caring for this planet. And that's, can be very difficult, as you can all appreciate. Yeah, so it's great to be here.
Thank you. Good to be working with this man. So we've been sitting and we've been engaging our eyes and hopefully our heart while being introduced to the work. So let's now bring our focus to our body, that feeling, sensing part of ourselves through which we both experience and touch the world. Let's engage our imagination as Andrew takes us into the first stage of the spiral.
All right, everyone, the first stage is gratitude. And this first stage of the spiral is all about being present, grounded in the present moment. So what I invite you to do is to just get comfortable. We'll be doing a short meditation and moving into a bit of movement. So wherever you are, make sure you got a bit of space. I'll probably invite you to stand up. But right now, stay seated. So relax. You may keep a soft gaze or you can close your eyes. It's up to you. But I invite you to come to your breath. Sit comfortably and allow your breath to take its natural rhythm. Feeling your belly rise and fall like the ebb and flow of the tide. Just allow yourself to take a few breaths here. Breathing in this beautiful air wherever you are. This air that circulates around the whole world. And this breath that you've been breathing from the day that you were born and will breathe till the day that you pass. Together we breathe this one breath. Now I invite you to just open your eyes gently. And together let's take a breath in and bring our shoulders up and then exhale. Yeah, any tension you may have, bring it up again. So that's it, let it out. And one more. Great. And what I invite you to do is to bring your hands in front of you. And I ask you to just look at your hands. Just really take a moment. How often do you really just look at your hands? Notice all the wrinkles in your hands, the colors, the textures. These hands have been through so much. The wrinkles are through all the actions that you've been taking, whether it be holding the hand of another, cooking dinner, giving a high five to someone, or tending to someone who needs your help. These hands have been with you your whole life. I invite you to move them a little bit. Just notice their range of movement and just really take the time to look at those hands and move them, move your wrists. And as you move them, bring to your attention that there's many other creatures in the planet who have their versions of hands that have evolved in their own way. You stretch out your hands, you can imagine a bat that uses its hands and the skin in between its fingers to fly. You may imagine a whale that uses its own hands that are long boned and uses fins and moves through the oceans as it moves up with the seasons. These hands notice that they're soft. They're not hard shells. They're soft and sensitive to our environment. They're easily cut and hurt, yet they repair. They repair. So what I invite you to do is just give thanks to your hands in whichever way you feel appropriate. You may want to kiss them, rub them, but just give thanks to your own hands for what they've given you. Just take a moment to be grateful for your hands. All right. Now what I invite you to do is to, from your hands, move into your elbows and then into your shoulders. Yeah, you're going to look a bit funny. Doesn't matter. Just move your shoulders and then come into your spine. Oh, that beautiful spine that you have, that you share with snake, with monkey, with wombat. Oh, this beautiful spine that allows us to stand up tall and connect with the stars. Woo. All right, I think we're going to have to get up. All right, you're going to have to get up now. Get up wherever you are and come into those hips. Get into your hips. I'm going to play some music for you. So what I invite you to do is move your hips. Move those hips out of where life is created, those beautiful hips. And as you come down into your hips, come down into your knees, those knees that allow you to leap, and down into your feet. See the feet on the earth, those feet that carry you around, jump, walk, run, that you feel the earth with, soil, leaf, concrete, earth, dirt. And now wriggle your whole body, your whole body. Slowing down, feeling your whole body, coming back down to sitting down. And coming to your breath. Coming back to our breath. Whew, a bit warm. What I invite you to do is to share. Oh, it feels so good. Thank you so much for engaging in that. Let me take off my jumper. What I invite you to do is share in the chat box. Share with us, or maybe actually we could share just quickly. Share being alive at this time. What are you truly grateful for? So I'll ask someone, and then once you finish sharing, just share like a few words. I'll give an example and then ask the next person to share. So, I am so grateful for the beautiful, pristine ocean that I live next to, and the whales that are traveling up the coast here. I'm really grateful for that and my family. I pass on to Lysandra.
Lysandra, me, not the name. I am grateful for the evolution of the sense. I pass for Immaculada.
Oh, you need to unmute yourself.
Unmute.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So I'm grateful because do you know the exercise, and now I don't have pain in my hands, which is something really nice. And so I love that. Yeah. Thank you for taking us to that moment. So it's good to see you.
You're welcome. So just pass it on to Immaculada. Who do you want to pass it to?
Junia?
I am thankful for the beautiful nature around me, and for the fact that everywhere I go, I always find love. And I pass to Daniel is still here.
Thank you. Two things spring into my mind immediately. One is I'm super grateful for the possibility to play with other beings, not only people, but other beings who engage in play, and use my whole body for that. And then at the moment, I'm super grateful to live in a city where there's so much green and forest around that, yeah, I have the feeling it's full of life. Foxes, badgers, bats, owls, everything is so close to me, even if, yeah, I'm in a big city, and I'm very grateful for that connection. And I pass to Renato.
To who? To who, Daniel?
Right, to Renato.
Thank you. So I'm grateful for my family and friends, for having enough, and for doing exactly what I want to do with my life. And I pass to, I think it's only Helene.
Helene.
Helene, yes. Okay.
Yeah. I'm grateful for trees. I'm grateful for physically the air they give us, but also the wisdom which they hold. And when I put my ear to their trunk, sometimes I hear them talking to me. Yay. So many things that, whales, nature, forest, owls in the city, family and friends, and freedom. So many things that we can be grateful for. And when we see what we love and what we love being destroyed or damaged, when the whales are affected by, for instance, what's the rubbish that is in the ocean, right? When the forests are cut in other parts of the world, when we cannot play in nature the way we'd like to, then something in us lets us be, we allow ourselves the sorrow. We give ourselves permission to grieve. We take space. And we know that when we can share that pain, we're no longer carrying it alone. Through our tears, our grief will change, growing from its wild beginnings into a kind of dignity. The poet Rilke eloquently invites us to go into our pain. Quiet friend who has come so far, feel how your breathing makes more space around you. Let the darkness be a bell tower and you the bell. As you ring, what batters you becomes your strength. Move back and forth into the change. What is it like, this intensity of pain? And Joanna Macy, who founded this work, reminds us that the heart that breaks open encompasses the world. So you're going to see some pictures shortly, and some of them may remind you of particular things that are happening on Earth which cause you pain. Or maybe at this time you already have a strong sense of a loss or an injustice that you grieve, that you feel very sorry about. So let's allow our heart to inform us as we breathe and watch some pictures here. In a moment, we'll invite you to share in a breakout room your response to the question, what's your heartbreak at this moment? What breaks your heart? Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Buddhist monk and teacher, said, what the world needs now is to hear the voice of the earth crying. I invite you to let yourself be the voice of the earth. So, when you're in the breakout room, I invite you to introduce yourself, and for each sentence, each person then to speak for just 2 minutes. What breaks my heart is. We'll let you know when the 2 minutes are up, and for the other person, one of the other 3 people in your breakout group to then speak. So 3 people, 2 minutes each to say, what breaks my heart? Is there any question? Okay, Andrew will be placing you into a group with 2 other people, and then you'll be able to speak. You just decide between you who starts first.
All right. Welcome back, everybody.
Yay.
You've all, yeah.
I love this session. I love this session. It's so beautiful.
And Lisandra was about to finish saying something.
But what is it? Doesn't worry. Is it? It's about the value and the wisdom of pain. It's just that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we can acknowledge that it takes courage to feel and experience the full measure of our emotions. It takes courage. So, but as we acknowledge the reality of what we're losing, our body can finally let go of holding on to pain. We can open to the wisdom of the vast web of life of which we are all a part. Let's take a moment to integrate what may still be sitting there in our heart, so that we can then come back to this place and this time together here, now, and move forward with clarity. So I invite you to sit comfortably while remaining alert, and close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and let your attention come back to your breath as you did earlier with Andrew, and sense yourself being held where you're sitting, where your feet touch the floor. Sense yourself being held by earth. by her solidness, by her steadiness, held by her deep love, knowing ourselves as part of her, part of earth. We can come home to earth. And rest and know that we are taken care of and safe. And let's take a deep breath and let ourselves rest in her holding, knowing, trusting her goodness. And with another breath, let's bring our attention to our feet. We may like to wiggle our toes to welcome ourselves back into the room. And because we don't have a lot of time, let's just take another breath gently, open our eyes, come back to each other on the screen. And let's take just maybe 2 people to share what it was that breaks your heart, so that we get a little bit of cross-fertilizing. Anybody like to begin? Just very briefly, short.
Apathy and inaction breaks my heart.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. Thank you. Mm. And I'm aware that we've shared in our breakout rooms. So let's move on and acknowledge that this distress that we feel, that we've held on to in the past, has seemed to separate us from others and earth. And now, having been able to share some of those feelings, to uncover them, and I know from the people I shared with in my breakout group that I actually discovered that we have similar concerns. We're connected in our concerns. So as we allow the world's pain to flow through us, it rearranges something inside us and releases new understandings and leads towards a sense of our true power. Let's open to that as we move along. So when we recognize how deeply we are in fact connected, however invisibly, we find allies and strengths on which we can draw in these challenging times. Hey? So let's explore what insights may come to us that can inform our going forward with both compassion and insight. I'm going to invite you to think of a non-human being and on whose behalf I'm going to invite you to speak, and from their perspective, and it might be You may want to talk as a tree or a river or a mountain, a butterfly, a snake, an owl. I see there. So shortly you'll find yourself talking with another person again. For instance, if I were to speak as a whale, I would be saying, what you humans dump your rubbish and oil spills into the ocean, into my home, is making me sick. I have no other way to let you know how sad and perplexed and sick I am, but to sacrifice my body on your beach. Humans, I need you to wake up. I need you to remember that in the vast web of life, my life as whale matters. So you'll be speaking in your breakout room a couple of minutes again. So I am speaking as, and what's your message? What I need from you humans is, and I invite you to just trust whatever comes to you, whatever you say, let it just come out of you. You'll have a couple of minutes in your breakout room to speak from the perspective of a non-human being. Andrew? Yep. We're in breakout rooms.
Breakout rooms are being organized.
Yes, just 1 second.
So just take this opportunity to connect with that being and trust whoever it is that may arise and wish to speak through you.
So thank you for what's been shared between you and your partner in your breakout group. I want to suggest that very briefly, yes, we've given ourselves an opportunity to share our gratitude, to share our grief, to find other perspectives as we listen to each other, speaking as a non-human being. So I'd like to suggest that the insights that have come to us as we've progressed through the spiral, that we take those insights into our going forward, into action. And this is where Andrew has a little framework for you.
Helene, would you like us to go into the spiral again?
No, we don't have time.
No. Let me just check. I just got a message from Daniel saying that we can possibly go for a little bit longer. So I just want to check with everyone. We can finish at 9:30, but hands up if you're able to go on just for the maybe 10, 15 minutes longer. Will that work for everyone? Put your hands up if that works for you.
No, how long time do you think?
Just 15 minutes over. But if we can finish at 9:30 as well. That's fine.
No, but you don't need to finish it. Because I maybe I cannot. I need to check if I can delay something.
No worries. We'll continue as we are. That's fine. No worries. Just checking. Okay. Great. Okay. Let me just share this. Give me a moment.
But you can go on, and then say the maximum.
No, we'll finish at We'll finish at the agreed time. All good. Okay, so look, you've experienced the first 3 stages of the spiral of the work that reconnects. The gratitude, which we did the body embodiment, ground in the moment and present. We've gone into the honoring of our pain, and honoring that pain allows you to get fresh perspectives, and we stepped into seeing with new eyes. And now we're stepping into the going 4th stage, which is where you take all those experiences and insights and funnel it into an action or intention that you can take out into your life. So our hope for you during this session today is that these experiences, that you can take action with you out into your life, okay? Because we can have a shift, but that shift, in order to actually make any impact in the world, has to come through action. And part of this work is about us transitioning towards a life-sustaining society. And in that life-sustaining society, it's this concept that we each have a gift to give. We each have an integral part to play in creating a healthy planet for all of life. A couple of beautiful quotes. Let's see, what is it? You are called to where your deep gladness and the world's hunger meet. You are called to where your deep gladness and the world's hunger meet. So I invite you today, I invite you now to think about, what is it? So maybe finish this question. What are you being called to do? From the experiences of today, what are you called to do? And similar to all the other practices, just go with what intuitively comes up. It may not be an action, it may be a state of being. Perhaps from this experience, you would like to move forward in your life with an open heart. Perhaps you've been inspired and you're going to go and, I'm going to go and plant my veggie garden. Or perhaps you're going to call a friend who you haven't spoke to in a long, long time. Or phone your mother, you haven't heard from her for a long time. Or maybe you're going to set up an organization. Anything. So I encourage you to just think about, what action from the experiences today am I called to take? So just think to yourself, what actions am I called to take? And it doesn't have to be perfect. We all know this from Dragon Dreaming, right? Doesn't need to be perfect. So just take a moment to think to yourself what those actions may be. And I invite you to share it in the chat once you have done so. Okay, just wondering, wow, I hear they're coming in now. Boom. So Lysandra has said to close cycles, to close things off. Daniel has said, stand my ground about the tree cutting issue in the place where I'm working. Renato, I might invite a community I'm helping into experience using the work that reconnects 4 stages spiral. The long road to justice, friendship. So our time is slowly coming to a close, and I'm sure you can already sense and feel how this experience has has helped you and supported you in taking actions for a better world. And as we come to coming to close soon, Helene, should we put up the resources page?
Mm-hmm.
We need to close. I think we probably need to close. So I'll quickly put up a resources page, which are links and websites that you can access. You may want to use your photo or take a screenshot of it. One moment. Great. Nice. So these are some fantastic links and books and articles and websites if you wish to further explore the work that reconnects. And keep your ear out for a future 4-part series workshop that Helene and I will run either in August or December. And if you
October
August or
or
January. That was August or January. Okay, one of the two. You'll find out about it. And if you would like to contact us, you can see our contact details right at the bottom there. Like I said, take a photo of this because, yeah, take a photo if you want any of this information and get in touch with us. And if you want to learn more about the work that reconnects, do check out the workthatreconnects.org. Okay. Now we'd love to, Helene, would you like to finish off?
Yay.
Handballing it to you.
Yay. And I want to say what, to acknowledge each of you in having me sense that, yes, there are those of us who care and we're all finding our way, and that this work can help us find our way and what we can do. So thank you. And I send out love, and may you be filled with courage and with trust in the power of our connectedness with Earth and with each other. Yay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. This was
Thank you.
absolutely
Thank you,
gorgeous.
everybody.
Thank you. What a
Thank
great
you.
discussion today here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
I loved it, Helene and Andrew. It's good.
Yeah, it is very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And here we are back at the beginning of the spiral, gratitude, and we spiral around again. Much love to all of you.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, many blessings to you all. Take care. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Lysandra, for the Con Festival.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye now. And see you soon.
Day.
See you.
See you soon.
To see you, Lysandra and Daniel.
Bye bye. Take care.
Ciao.
We can touch hands.